I'm here at NCI in Atwater, California. As you can see, here is my load. And one thing about NCI or any steel building place is you got to look out for stuff like that right there. Yeah, they always put little stuff on top of big stuff. I have already checked the top though to be sure that there's nothing there, and I don't see anything else that's going to affect me. One of the things I don't like about this load is right up here in the front. They've got that ridge cap right there, and the way they've got that ridge cap, I don't really see a good way to tighten it down real tight unless this bottom box here will not crush very easily. That's another thing that steel building companies like to do. They don't really think about how we have to secure things. They just see it, load it, and that's pretty much all they do. I wish they would actually think about things though. But we're gonna find out how everything goes with this. Hopefully it all goes okay, and hopefully I can secure everything down just right. One thing to remember though is you always have to have 2 straps within the first 10 foot of your load. And as you see here, I'm looking underneath to see where that pallet is of that ridge venting, because I do have to have 2 straps over that. That is the first part of my load. So that is mandatory and required by law. And being that I'm in the state of California, I'm not going to play around. I'm not going to take any shortcuts. I can definitely get 2 straps over it. Second one's not going to be that great, but there are going to be 2 straps over it. Only thing I'm curious about is if the wind is going to get up underneath that, so I'm actually going to put it at a slight angle here and do it that way. Try to hold this front end down and whatnot. The good news is, well, good thing is with my dash cam system that I've got a camera sitting right up there on top, if you can see it up there, that watches this load, and I can see the very front of this trailer. So going down the road, normally you can't see this in the mirror. However, with that camera up there, I can see it. So I can at least keep an eye on it, and if the straps get loose or it looks like it's getting ready to fly off or whatever, I can always pull over and fix it, tighten it, whatever it needs. And really can't get 2 straps over it, but don't like doing shortcuts, but at least it'll look like there's 2 straps. It's another thing a lot of loaders do, is they don't think about the difference in height from one piece to another one. And they will put something like they did here that's too tall for me to get a bite on the piece that's next to it. They don't think about that. So sometimes you got to get creative, or you just have to make it look right. In this case, I'm going to opt for just making it look right. There's that box there. And looks like 2 straps from this side over to that side will cover that box. Don't know if it'll cover the other box on the top. Looks like I might be able to cover that box right there on the back side of it by using the front of that over there. Noticed every time I walk by, I'm looking at my load. The only reason I do that is you can look at this load 1,000 times and you might still miss something. Remember, they always put little stuff in things, such as right there. I didn't see those before, but they've got those little rods right sitting there in that channel. Those are actually strapped down, which is surprising. They usually don't strap things like that down at steel building manufacturers. Now I'm going to back up here away from the load, get a better view, because I need to see exactly where to put this strap on the front of this box to cover that other box. And I've lined it up to where I know I need to go right there. Now I'll have to go over there and move it back over the top because it did fall off, but that will work out just fine. See those rods right there in the middle? Typically, if you have a full load, will be at the very, very top of the load somewhere, and they're typically going to be loose to where you can't really get a good grab on them, and you'll have to get up there, pull them out from their little channel or whatever they decided to hide them in, and put a little wrap strap around it, you know, and fix it that way. This one, luckily, they did put some blocks of wood there, strap it down. Looks like it'll hold to me, but every time I stop, I will keep an eye on it. This load is going from Atwater, California down to San Diego, California. So I will wind up having to go by the lake fire. Hopefully the lake fire does not interfere with my progress too much, and hopefully California doesn't have the interstate closed, which is something they love to do during wildfires, which I can understand. It is for safety. However, it does make it a little challenging sometimes. And yes, you guys are probably talking about how I'm doing my straps in the winch. I did actually ask a California DOT officer about that, and told me that that method was just fine as long as you get 1.5 cranks out of your strap down here on the winch, that it would be just fine. It's legal, not a problem. So since he has told me that, I have been using that method even in the state of California. Now, don't go by me on that. Don't do that and then say, oh, well, this truck driver told me I could on YouTube, because I'm not gonna say that he didn't feed me a line of, you know, crap, but I'm hoping he did not, you know. Now, this is a no tarp load, and a lot of people make a mistake here, and they don't put a twist in their straps. Why? I don't know. It does help keep the wind from vibrating the straps. It does actually help keep them from getting ripped by wind vibrating the straps. And if you're hauling containers on a flatbed, you guys hear going down the road all those containers going brrr. All right, well, if you look, I guarantee you their straps don't have a twist in them, and that's because the wind is vibrating and slapping them up against the container, where if they would just put a twist in them, they wouldn't be vibrating against the container, and then they wouldn't be making that noise. They're running a risk at chafing their straps by doing what they're doing. However, some people just don't care. Now, if you put a twist in one side, you need to put a twist in the other side. They should go without saying. One strap every 10 foot or fraction thereof. So right up here on this lower deck, got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm right on that 10 on this one. Alright, well, this trailer has a wire hanging down there. I'm gonna have to check and see where that goes. I mean, it looks like the light's plugged in. It looks like they just spliced off of that and put a different type of light there. But I will definitely check that during my pre-trip. Make sure all my lights work. Alright everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to cool down. It is 8:30 in the morning here in Atwater on a Sunday, and it's already at 95 degrees. Plus, as you can see, I'm in a dirt area. Now, granted, that's better than being on asphalt. You know, if it was asphalt, it would be absolute murder. But it's not on asphalt, thank God. But as you can hopefully see right there, the sun is straight down on top of me, so that kind of sucks. All right, I am going to go straight over top of that, mainly because of that little piece right there. Probably not going to put anything over the top of that other part right there, just because I don't want to keep it bending. But what I am going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to throw my strap at a slight angle so that I can get underneath that, and put a strap over top of this whole section here. And forgot my twist, so here we go. Add my twist. And I'd rather have the twist on the side here instead of on the top. Now, one thing that I do like about NCI here at Atwater, not all the NCIs do this, is they've got a piece here, all right, it's metal, and they don't want me to crush this box. None of the NCIs want you to crush their boxes. Sometimes you can't help it. But they put the metal on top of the wooden runners, all right, for that box. And they did that all the way down the length of that. So therefore, whenever I go to put pressure on that, it's actually going to act as a solid area for me to do that on. And I can actually put pressure on that steel and keep it on better that way without crushing the box. Now, that, in my opinion, is a good thing. Oh, guess what? Started doing something and forgot my twist again. I do that a lot. Now, this load here is low enough that I don't need to run what's known as belly straps through the middle of this load. Now, if it was, say, about 5 foot tall, 6 foot tall, then I would. But with it this low, it's not necessary. You can do it if you want. I'm not going to. All right, how far will this winch go? I don't like it that close to the tire, so we'll move it back to right there. That'll work out just fine. One thing I personally don't ever do, and I'll kind of explain why. Hopefully you guys can follow me on this. But with boxes like this, I never throw one strap in the front, all right, going from the passenger to the driver's side, and then another one from the driver's side to the passenger side on that same box. In this case, they are both going to go from the passenger side to the driver's side. Now, the reason why is because if you think about things, whatever side your winch is on is the side that you're pulling your load to, essentially. So if you have them mix matched, one going opposite direction, what you're doing is, let's say on the front you've got your winch on the driver's side, well, you're pulling the front of that box to the driver's side. And if you pull the back part of that box to the passenger side, you're pulling the back of the box to the passenger side. So essentially what you're trying to do is twist that part of the load out from under your straps. And I don't like that. All right, so you will never see me do that on purpose. There have been a few occasions where I just had no choice. And in a case like that, what I will typically do is grab me a 2-inch strap and throw a 2-inch strap, which is a hand ratcheting type strap. I'll throw a 2-inch strap right down the middle in between them to kind of counteract that. Damn, it's hot out here. Now on this, that little piece right there, all it really needs is one strap. As long as that one strap is tight, you'll be fine. And on this one, I am not going to put a twist. However, I'm going to run it right along the edge of this 2x4. These straps are down low enough that I don't need a twist in them. They're not going to catch a whole lot of wind, even though they are on the back of the trailer. Whew. If somebody ever invented an air conditioner for outside, they could make a lot of money. Trying to figure out right now where I'm going to put another strap at back here, because I need one more on this back piece, and that wheel well right there is going to get in the way of putting it where I really want. I mean, I could put it there, but then I'd only have one strap on top of that smaller piece. So I think I'm going to put it just in front of that wheel well. That should cover the rest of the load pretty good on the other side. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I don't have to use any hand portables. Well, no, I will have to use a hand portable there. I don't have a winch on either side. So, but that's okay. That's what they're designed for. Oy vey. All right, one more. Now, what I'm going to do, because I threw those last two straps across from the passenger side to the driver's side, I'm going to take this last strap with one of these little nifty hand portable deals, and I'm going to throw it from the driver's side to the passenger side so that it'll be opposite of the others. Alright guys, I see a lot of people doing different ways putting a strap in these little ratchets, and I have found an easier way than what a lot of people do. Now, there is no right or wrong way. This is just the way that I do it. It's easier and it's quicker, and I'm going to try to show that to you using the GoPro that's on my head here. All right, if I don't get a good view of it on this video, I will set up my camcorder on another video one day and show you exactly what I do on this. But it's actually really simple, really easy. The first thing is as you see, I've got the opening at a 90-degree angle here with my handle closed. Okay, see that? The reason for that is I can come over here, pull the excess strap right through, okay, and then feed it from the back side of my ratchet into the front side. Then all I got to do is just walk backwards with it, pull it, and it comes right up perfect every time, so that all I got to do is tighten it down, and this is it. It's literally all I got to do with it. All right, and then I just take and wrap it a little tail right through it like so, and then I'll show you what I do with that later. Last step, and then we can get driving. Oh nope, not last step. Look at what I forgot. I forgot to put a second strap there. Well, let's just go take care of that right now. Always, 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 when you are getting ready to tighten down your straps, double check your work. Make sure that everything is done according to your plan, because it's very easy to overlook something like that and miss doing a strap. So I missed it, and I am now going to fix it just like this. Now, I should put edge protectors on all this steel here. However, I don't see anything on the edges like this that are going to be creating a whole lot of pressure on them, so should be okay with it. I'll look at the first stop I make and see how they are. If they appear like I should put an edge protector there, then I will. But nothing is really all that vertical, so I think we'll be just fine on it. And again, the dash camera system can see this entire load, so I can check it out also. All right, now it's time to tighten down everything. With boxes, you don't want to go too hard on those. You're gonna crush them, despite what NCI wants, because you got to get enough pressure on them to hold everything down. But you want to try to minimize how much you crush them. So I go by feel. If it feels tight on it, then that's where I leave it. Not a whole lot of talking and explanation here that needs to go on, so you probably won't hear me do a whole lot of talking here. Alright guys, told you I'd show you what I'm going to do with this bundle here. I have a thing called shock cord. Alright, what I do is I run it through the two loops, just like so. If it doesn't come up on camera, then I will show you with my camcorder on a later load. And then I just tie a little knot around it. The reason I do that, just like this, is because it holds it on there, and then if I need to tighten it up, there's nothing keeping me from just tightening it up. Makes it quick and easy if you're on the side of the road, which no one really likes to be on, because people don't know how to move over whenever they see someone on the shoulder of the road. It's a very dangerous time being on the shoulder of the road. So please, if you see someone, cop, truck, regular car, you know, whatever, all right, have the courtesy, all right, and move over. The law states emergency vehicles to move over, and in most states, even a tow truck is an emergency vehicle. All right, so move over. So everything is strapped down, and it is time to do a pre-trip. Now, good thing about my truck is I've got this handy key fob, and I can turn all my lights on with the press of a button to do a light check. So I can step back and I can check my lights, make sure they're all blinking and working like they should be. They all come on like this one. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to walk by also. That strap needs to be tightened up again, and check my straps, just to make sure that everything is fine. Back here about the side, and that light's blinking. Let's check my rear lights. There we go. They're coming on the tractor. Axles are closed for California, which really, California, those need to be tightened up a little bit more. You guys in California really need to get with the times. All right. Closing axles is kind of dumb. On a flatbed especially, it limits what we can carry, and it limits a lot of the customers that we can go to, because with a 53 foot and they're closed, I can only go 34,000 on my trailer axles. And there's a lot of the times where you load 48,000 pounds of lumber, and you really need that 40,000 pounds that you get from being able to open up the axles to haul that load. So you're basically hampering what we can do and making it harder for us and yourself, really, because you guys got to pay attention to it at the scales versus just knowing that, hey, they're a spread axle, you know, they can go 40,000 pounds, and you see that box is going to crush. You cannot get a good tension on that box from anywhere, which is one thing I don't like, but is what it is. These straps are going to be a little loose going down the road, I can tell you that right now, but they should still hold that box on. Again, I'll keep an eye on it with my dash cam and every time I stop. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video is good for you, and if you like this video, look down below, hit the like button, or better yet, look down below, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time on A Flatbedder's Life.